Modern day claw clips. What could possibly go wrong with this harmless hair accessory? Hi, my name is Courtney and we are Team Shatterclips. We are reimagining the design of a common claw clip. Have you ever questioned the modern design of a hair claw clip? Cases have shown several injuries in car accidents. Wearing a hair claw clip in your hair might seem harmless, but it can pose a serious safety threat, causing devastating head injuries and automobile accidents. We set out to address a yet common overlooked safety issue tied to an everyday hair accessory, the modern day claw clip. This is a widely used item. It's popular for its convenience and versatility, but also can come with hidden risks, especially in situations involving sudden impact such as car accidents. Research and case studies have highlighted that thick plastic claw clips can be dangerous in the event of a car crash. When worn while driving or riding in a vehicle, these clips can compromise the natural positioning of the head, neck, and spine. In the case of a collision, this misalignment can amplify the severity of injuries. Furthermore, the force of the crash can cause the claw clip to slam in the back of the head or even shatter on impact. This can result in laceration, scalp trauma, or embedded plastic fragments, turning a harmless accessory into a serious hazard. That is why we are set out to reimagine the claw clip using safer biodegradable materials, not just as a fashion accessory, but something that can be both stylish and safe. As a group, we conducted a survey, and 71.8% of people said that they place their claw clip in the center area of their heads. These positions on the head are the most vulnerable to injury because this is where the spine is mainly connected to the nervous system. You know what else is a huge part of hair accessories? When we think about plastic pollution, we often picture water bottles, grocery bags, or packaging waste. But what about something smaller, more personable, like our hair accessories? Headbands, hair ties, claw clips, they might seem harmless, but these tiny tools are a part of a growing environmental problem. Most of these accessories are made of non-biodegradable plastics like ABAs, polycarbonate, or polypropylene, materials that can take up to 500 years to decompose in landfills or oceans. And here's the kicker. Because they're small, cheap, and often tossed, hair accessories almost never get recycled. They're overlooked in plastic waste conversations, but they add up. Their mixed materials, plastic bodies, metal springs, and elastic bands make recycling even harder. These combinations are difficult to separate, so they're rarely processed properly. As fast fashion continues to drive demand for disposable styling products, these insignificant items are quietly building a serious waste problem. With all that being said, here's our beginning process to reimagining the hair claw clip design. So with our mission statement, it shows that shatter clips are designed to combat two major issues: head injuries and car accidents due to claw clips and hard plastic wigs. They are intended for anyone who wears claw clips and who wants to be safer while making greener decisions. Now, moving on to our starting process.
For our shatter clips, we were inspired by the composition of eggs and their ability to protect embryos from normal environmental forces, but also have the ability to shatter under extreme force. Our biomaterial came from a sawdust recipe in Fiona Bell's cookbook, which utilizes lots of natural, renewable, and biodegradable materials. Each ingredient was chosen specifically for the design of a safer claw clip as well as a cleaner earth. This recipe utilizes the foundation of a filler, the sawdust, a stabilizer, the eggshells, binders, which were methyl cellulose and xanthan gum, and liquids, which was vegetable oil and water. To start our experiment, we began in week 1 with creating our biomaterial. After creating our biomaterial, we weighed out and molded 15 grams in each mold, and we used this by conducting 5 trials with varying amounts of eggshells. Each mold increased by increments of 3, upwards to 12 grams. So for trial 1, we had 0 added eggshells. For trial 2, we had 3 grams of added eggshells. For trial 3, we had 6 grams of added eggshells. For trial 4, 9 grams of added eggshells. And for trial 5, we had 12 grams of added eggshells. We did this process to test the durability and the shrinkage of each trial. Going into our second week, we evaluated the shrinkage of our material and conducted crash tests on our biomaterial and normal plastic claw clips. We found that the normal plastic claw clips, when shattered, tended to break into larger, sharper pieces that were more dangerous for your more vulnerable part of your scalp or head. and our biomaterial broke into smaller, more even pieces with more rounded edges, which was safer for your head. After these tests, we decided to utilize trial 3 with the 6 added grams of eggshells for our Shatterclips because of its added strength and durability in comparison to all other trials. For our 3rd and 4th weeks, we attempted to use a silicone mold to try and make the process of molding our claw clips simpler. But this mold proved to be unsuccessful because it broke a normal claw clip when trying to remove, and it just wasn't going to work with how tough the material was for our biomaterial. Following this, we decided to explore other ideas and techniques for hand sculpting our Shatterclips. For our final weeks in 5 and 6, we attempted to add 4 grams of about 1 inch long of hemp fibers to our Shatterclips. When adding to the recipe and it being fully mixed out, we found that it was a lot more difficult to work with and try and sculpt, and after it dried, it had accumulated mold. So we decided that we would need to find a different way to redesign our claw clip. In this, we came up with some new techniques and designs for our claw clip, which resulted in our final design containing recycled cloth and perforated wooden rods in the clip prongs for added durability. This was our weekly process from weeks 1 to week 6, and now we will talk about our final design.
In 6 weeks, we have worked with multiple clips and continue to make adjustments to make strong yet safe claw clip. Our first claw clips were not properly shaped to fit into one another and had weak joints. This is because for the first week we were experimenting with material and we didn't know the weak points of the material yet. After realizing that it had weak joints and smaller, more detailed parts were difficult to create, we tried creating a new claw clip and completely redesigning it. This redesign, while very interesting and useful, would have required us to have bigger machinery to pull off. For the new design that we had after that, we added strength to the joints. First, we added strength to the teeth by adding a perforated rod within the center of our material. These perforated rods were made so that they added strength with small pieces of wood, but they also would not harm the person wearing them and would break before they went into the wearer's head. On top of that, we added cloth into the handle to reinforce the handle when you were using the clip, so that the clip didn't break when putting pressure on it. For future design, we also want to work on adjusting the hinges so that there's more strength there. To do this, we would like to use wooden discs with a small hole so that we can put the spring and the small rod through to line them up easier and add strength to that part of the claw clip. These small discs will be small and will also not harm a person's head if there is an accident. On top of that, we would like to use silicone molds to create a more uniform design so that the jaws fit into each other and we can make the claw clips more efficiently. And our next step that we want to do is adding a clear coat on the outside so that our claw clips are waterproof and reusable. Finally, we worked on the aesthetics of our claw clips. For the aesthetics, we used watercolor to color the claw clips, and we also used cloth to create a nice outer layer of our claw clips. We would like to continue to experiment with the aesthetics of our claw clips, but are having a lot of fun finding new and biodegradable ways to decorate our clips.
Hello, this is Jasmine, and I'm going to be talking about the future development and feasibility of Shatterclips. Shatterclips is a handmade luxury claw clip designed for people who prioritize safety and sustainability. Our target market includes claw clip users who are eco-conscious and want to feel safer while wearing hair accessories in cars. We conducted an anonymous survey to better understand our market. The data revealed that 80.9% of respondents have replaced their claw clips 1 to 5 times, showing a consistent demand for claw clips. However, 81.7% of people do not feel safe wearing a claw clip while driving, and many are aware of the potential hazards. This highlights a clear market opportunity for Shatterclips, a product designed with both safety and sustainability in mind. While there are eco-friendly claw clips on the market, none focus on the safety aspect in car accidents, our unique selling point. Shatterclips are priced higher than mass-produced plastic clips, but lower than high-end luxury brands, striking a balance between affordability and quality. We believe people will pay a bit more for a safer, more sustainable option. For manufacturing, we recycled materials like eggshells, fabric, and sawdust, which not only reduce environmental impact but also keep costs down. By sourcing eggs from restaurants, we can further lower expenses. After calculating materials and equipment costs, producing 100 shatter clips would cost about $1,843, making each clip about $19. If sold at $35, we'd earn a profit of about $17 per clip. Selling just 32 clips would cover our initial equipment investment. We also conducted a life cycle analysis to assess Shatterclips' environmental impact. The results show that our biomaterial has a lower environmental burden than common claw clip materials like bioplastics and polycarbonate, thanks to its organic composition and minimal processing. In summary, Shatterclips offer a dual solution to a growing market: safer, more sustainable claw clips made from recycled materials. We're not just making a product, we're making a difference. Thank you for listening.